Okay, let's do problem 1657. Determine if two strings are close. Here we're given two strings, and then they are close if we apply these two operations and then make these two strings equal. So the first operation is swapping two existing characters. So suppose we have AB and then BA. If we swap A and B, these two strings are equal. And then operation 2 is transform any occurrence of existing character into another existing and do the same with the other character. So that means that if you have ABB and then AAB, we can change this A into B and then B into A, and then we can do swap. So BBA, and then if we swap, they became identical. And another thing we can't do is if we have AACC and then AAQQ, we can't just change this Q to C because there is no C in this string. Likewise, we can't just change this C into Q. So to solve this question, we're not really going to use this operation. I mean, we'll use the idea of it, but we're not going to work on it. So to do that, so basically to solve this question, we need to set two rules. The first one is letter occurring in word 1 has to occur in word 2. If they don't, it's the third example we saw. And then another thing is, if they all occur, as long as the frequency matches, we can apply those two operations to make them equal. So these are the two rules we only need to solve this question. So the most important part is getting the frequency of letters in each letter, in each word. I think the best way to do it is using integer array. Frequency 1 of size 26. So size 26 is because there are 26 alphabets, and then each of the value at index will represent the frequency of that alphabet. So now we have to populate them. So for int I equals 0, I is less than word 1 dot length, and then I plus plus. So because it can only take 26, A needs to go into 0. To make them into 0, we just need to do this. Frequency at word 1 dot char at I, we have to do minus A. So if you have A, it's going to put into index of 0. If the character is B, it's going to put into index of 1. And then we have to increment it. And then we do the same thing for the second word. All right, so that's it done. Now we have to make sure this this rule satisfies. So we do need another for loop. We just need to loop around 26 and then I plus plus. I think the best way to check it is if they don't need to match, the values don't need to match, but they need to be present. So if frequency 1 at I is equal to 0 is not equal to frequency 2 at I is equal to 0, meaning that when frequency when this one does not have the letter, it shouldn't also have the letter. If it does, we return false. Now we have to make sure this one satisfies. The best way to do it is using arrays.sort method. And then if they have the frequency, these two arrays will be equal. So we simply do return arrays dot equals frequency 1 and then frequency 2. Okay, let's run the test. Okay, let's submit. All right, let's quickly have a look at the other solutions. Okay, they are using the same thing. It has extra logic here. And what about this one? Okay, it looks exactly the same until this point, but they sorted, and then it had like a slightly earlier exit, but they are more or less the same. All right, that's it.